welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be reviewing and showing you how to play and talking about Hero Tales of the Tomes. So, now Hero Tales of the Tomes was published, self-published by Jimmy Ellerth, who also did the design and the artwork and everything, and it is, I'm going to list this website down below. It is www.talesofthethomes.com. So this is like I said, this is a little self-published game. The box is made to look like a book, which goes really well with that whole Tales of the Tomes theme.
It's a tome.
It is a tome. And this is a bit of a dueling card game. Mm-hmm. Think like Magic the Gathering or many other collectible card games, as well as some self-contained card games that are out there. It's you versus your opponent, your wits, tactics, and strategy versus their wits, tactics, and strategy in a card-playing format. Mm-hmm. So this game is for 2 to 5 players. It is listed as a 30-plus minute game, and for ages 13 and up. So we're going to start there.
Okay.
Now the 2 to 5. So I've only been playing this at 2. I really like this as a heads-up game.
Yes.
I mean, the problem is player elimination. I think would detract from this with more players.
Maybe 3 because you wouldn't be waiting that long, but 5 players, man.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So the problem is you're doing damage directly to your opponent's character to knock them out, and there in more than 2 players there would be player elimination. Mm-hmm. So this does feel like one of those occasions where they put the 2-5 mm-hmm. on, so to say there are more ways to play it, and technically it's correct, but I personally would only play this at 2.
Yes.
The 30 plus minutes, that's a pretty good estimate. I would say 30 minutes to 45 minutes for a 2-player game.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe even quicker sometimes.
Yeah, I think you can get a game in under 30 as long as you're familiar with the rules and everybody's playing at a decent pace. But
like we've played this a bunch at this point, and we've had some games that I think were like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They were really fast.
Yes, but it's a good estimate, 30 plus minutes.
And as for the ages 13 and up, I think that's a pretty good estimate, actually. There are some rather advanced concepts in here. This is meant to be, like I said, that it is a similar style to something like Magic the Gathering, but this is meant to be the next step up in complexity. So I think there is something to be said for that 13 and up. What do you think?
Yeah.
Total agreement?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to play this with a kid in grade school.
No, they've been much.
Yeah.
So now, first thing off, I love this box. It's got a magnetic clasp that seals it, which is great. I think that's awesome. Second off, as we open it, the production on this is actually really, really good. I
was really surprised when I saw that it was self-published because Jimmy did a good job.
Yeah, so he's got a D8 for a turn counter. Now, it's a regular orange D8 with numbers on it, but the 8 side is replaced by this little crown, which is a symbol from the game. So we have these custom done, and that is really cool. And then all of these little tokens, which they have tokens for shields and magic points and wounds and positive effects and all of this, they're all little, these are not cardboard punch-outs.
No, yeah.
They're wooden discs.
Yep.
I mean, this component here, this is a going above and beyond.
Right, yeah.
With these wooden discs and just try and get the clicking sound going.
It definitely wasn't necessary to do that, but it's really nice that they...
I'm glad he did.
That he put that in
there.
Yeah.
And the rest of the components, and this is going to be pretty quick, are cards. So you've got some tiny little cards in here for abilities. Not much to talk about here. They're very functional. They're very clear on what the abilities are. And then the main cards, which I'm going to pull out here. And of course, actually, I almost forgot the rule book and the score pad and such are in the back. So the main cards are these nice, normal playing card size cards with wonderful artwork, very easy to understand symbology. He did a fantastic job on these. These are what the backs look like. The monsters and animals and characters all look fantastic. I really like them. Knowing that one person did all this artwork, this must have taken him ages.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just so many really cool pieces of artwork in here. Absolutely gorgeous. I really love the art style he went with. I guess what I'm saying is this is pretty damn well produced.
Yes.
I mean, it does seem a little strange that the cards, thick and nice as they are not linen finish. I would have liked that one extra step. But otherwise, the look, the production, gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, and these are almost all unique. There are not many of these cards that are duplicated, and I think those are just some of these may have some similar artwork.
The ones from the side deck.
Yeah.
There are some duplicates, but a lot of them are unique.
Right.
And yeah, I really enjoyed the artwork. The artwork style on these are really great.
Yeah.
And then, which is really cool, Alex is going to open up over there with the hero cards, because the heroes are these big cards to represent you in the game. It's what gives you your asymmetrical player powers. They're completely different. They have different stats. And different abilities, and then those little ability cards add on to give you even more abilities. You can actually level up and customize your hero as you go.
Right.
Let's show some of these artworks.
Speaking of artwork, so that's the front, and then the back of each one of these cards is this cool foil representation of the art that's on the front. So
these are gorgeous.
Not necessary, but definitely appreciated.
Oh my God, are these beautiful?
You did a really good job adding the little touches that make owning one of these games really satisfying.
Yes.
So yeah, really well done all around with the artwork.
Then we've got a score pad. This is really just to keep track of your health, to see when you run out of health and are out of the game. And we have a rule book, which is very well done. There is one note I want to mention. So they reference the video they did to teach you how to play if you don't like the rule book. But here's the thing. This rule book is fantastic, and that video was a bit subpar. So I would recommend you read the rule book or watch our video, which shows you a bit on how the game plays, and then read the rule book. I still think in any game, even the ones where we show you how to play, you should always read the rule book so you make sure you know all the nitty-gritty of the little details.
And if you want to watch the video, read the rule book first.
It
was very... unfortunate that we did that in the opposite.
Yes, but this rulebook is actually really good.
We should have just stuck with the rulebook.
Should have stuck with the rulebook. It was much easier to learn how to play from the rulebook. Yeah. So now we're gonna head over to the table and we're gonna run you through a few turns of this and show you how to play. And when we come back, we're gonna review it, rate it, talk about it, and tell you what we think. Okay, so here we are set up for a regular two-player game of Hero Tales of the Tomes. So now to set up, all you really need to do is you and your opponent are going to pick what character they're going to play. I am playing Heathen Moor on this side.
And I am playing Nasha over here.
And then you're going to take your character, you're going to take their upgrade cards that you will be able to choose from which upgrades to give them on even numbered levels and put those aside. You have to get all the tokens out that you might need. You get the die to keep track of what round it is and therefore what level all of the characters are. You shuffle up the main deck, deal 5 cards to each player. You place the side deck next to the main deck. This does not need to be shuffled because the side deck are cards that you search for because of card or ability effects. So you never have to draw randomly from it. And after dealing out your 5 cards, you decide if you would like to mulligan any of the cards. Any cards you mulligan, you're going to place face down aside, replace those cards with the same number of cards from the deck, and then shuffle those cards back into the deck. So we're going to have a look and see if we want to mulligan any of these, and then we're going to be right back after deciding. Okay, so I have decided to mulligan 2 cards, and the reason I did was because they were cards that I would not be able to play for quite some time, and I didn't want them taking up a whole bunch of space in my starting hand, but Alex has decided not to mulligan any. So my 2 are going to get placed aside. I'm going to draw 2 cards to replace them, and then these 2 are going to get shuffled right back into the deck. For this example, I'm just going to throw them on the bottom, but normally you would do a quick reshuffle of the deck after doing a mulligan. And now we've decided that Alex will be going first, and so we're just going to jump on into it. So at the start of the first player's turn, we all become level 1. So at level 1, we have the level 1 stats that are shown on our cards here in attack and magic use, which we can play cards up to that value of magic for our character, and defense, which is deducted from attack coming at us. In addition, we are level 1, and cards that require at least level 1 to play can now be played, though you can only play cards whose total level equals level 1s, which means you can play 1 level 1 card. So, Alex, what are you going to do?
I am going to use... since I'm first level, I'm going to play a first level companion. And that is going to be my foot soldier.
Now let's show that one to the camera there. So you see this crown here, it says 1 on it. That means he's level 1. So that Alex's level 1 has the prerequisites to play 1 level 1 card.
And my foot soldier is a human warrior with 2 attack and 2 health.
Oh, very nice. What else will you be doing?
I'm going to pull. That's all I'm going to do right now.
Okay. Well, what about attacking?
Yes, I'm going to attack your hero with my foot soldier with their 2 attack.
And are you going to attack me with Nasha as well, or?
I will be. We resolve them one at a time.
That is fair. Right. It is true. So we have a nice little score pad here, and I'm going to be player 2. So I take 2 damage from the foot soldier. I'm going to mark down that I go from 40 to 38 life. Right there on the pad.
And then for my second attack, I'm going to attack with Nasha on the Heathen Moor for 1 damage. So all Nasha has from her first level. So
now I've marked myself down to 37. So now it is my turn.
And I'm going to go defensive with my foot soldier.
So now Alex has defended Nasha, which means that if I attack Nasha, I deduct 2 from the damage before dealing any damage to Nasha. However, if I attack the foot soldier directly, I will get to do damage to him directly. When attacking Nasha, that 2 damage that is deducted is because he has 2 life, but it does not do that damage to him. So I'm going to draw my card for the beginning of my turn here, and it is my turn to play some stuff. So let's have a look at what I'm going to play. So I actually do not have anything I am able to play, but I do have the ability to attack with Heathen Moor and do 2 damage. So I'm going to attack the foot soldier and see if Alex has anything he can play to stop me.
I do not.
In which case the foot soldier is going to die. That'll be it for my turn. That's all I'm going to do. And then I have no one to defend with, so it'll be back to Alex's turn. But now, Alex being the first player means we are now going to move to level 2 with our characters, which means we get our first default ability. Alex, what is your default ability?
My level 2 ability is Alacrity 2, which means this hero can attack 2 times each turn. So Nasha can now attack twice.
My default ability for level 2 is that I may play companions as if I were 2 levels higher.
It's actually pretty good.
It has a really good ability.
Yeah.
That's why I did take some companions that were a little higher level than me.
Yeah.
So go ahead, and what are you going to do? Did you draw for your turn?
I will draw. I'm going to put out this companion, the Forger's Apprentice.
Let's show that to the camera there. Now he is a level 2 character, which means that is the only level requirements card that Alex can play this turn because he is a level 2, and he has 2 attack and 2 health. Do you have any ability?
I may play equipment as if I were 3 levels higher.
Wow! So you can actually play a level 3 equipment right now, up to a level 3 equipment if you have any.
If I had a level 3 equipment, I certainly could.
I guess that means you don't.
I do not. So that is going to be my companion I play. Alright, so I will be attacking with my Forger's Apprentice.
Okay, not really anything I can do. I'm just going to have to take the 2 damage. Right. So I'm going to go from my 37 down to 34 now.
35.
Oh, excuse me.
Only 2 attack, 35.
Oh, 2. I'm sorry. I got confused. Right. I go from 37 to 35, so I'm just going to cross out my 37 and write a 35 in. Okay?
And then Nasha, who gets 2 attacks this level, is going to attack with her 2 damage twice.
Oh no, she's only got 1 damage.
I'm sorry, 1 damage twice.
Yes, I was going to say
2 damage. Yeah, 1 damage twice.
So Nasha is going to hit me for another 2 damage. So I go from 35 to 33. There we go. I finally have correct math skills.
And then defending again.
Ah, a wise move. So for my turn, I'm going to draw a card, and I think I'm going to take some full advantage of this ability of being able to play companions as if I was 2 levels higher. Because even though I'm only level 2. I could play up to 4 points of companions. So, but Alex has just tapped the deck to show me. I drew a card and revealed a quest. Now, whenever you reveal a quest card on the top of the deck, you must flip it over and its effects happen immediately. So we're going to do that before we move on. The quest is Test of Patience. Whenever a hero gains life, remove them from the quest. When there is only one hero remaining, they will gain 10 life. That's interesting. So that's going to stay in effect. If you play anything that gives you life, the other person is going to get 10 life. That's going to be a very interesting deterrent.
Definitely changes the dynamics of the game.
So now, going with my 4 magic and my 2 level, but my ability to play heroes as if I was 2 levels higher, I'm going to throw out some characters. So the first character I'm going to play out, the first companion, is going to be an Adept Pyromancer. Now, the Adept Pyromancer is level 2, so again, as I am 2 levels higher, that is taking up half of my level ability for playing cards that require level. And he is a 1 attack, 3 life character that has an ability that when he comes into play, I may pay 3 magic, and if I do, he will deal 3 damage to any target of my choice. So I have 4 magic to spend. I'm going to spend 3 of it on him, and I'm going to do the damage to your companion there, unless you have anything to play to stop that.
I do not. So that was, how much damage?
3 damage to him.
That's going to do it.
That'll kill him.
Forger's Apprentice.
The Forger's Apprentice
is gone. You did well, but you're gone.
Now, for my other 2, I'm going to play the Fracture Mage. Now, the Fracture Mage has an ability that can pay magic to play them from my hand as if they were a spell, but I'm not doing that. I'm just playing them normally as a level 2 character. And when they come into play, they're allowed to destroy a target spell. I'm also not doing that because there's now a spell that has just been played, but they are a 2 attack, 3 life character, which is quite good, quite decent. So I'm going to throw them out, and now it is my turn to return some damage at Alex's character, Nasha. So first, I'm going to start by attacking Nasha with the Adept Pyromancer for 1 damage.
That will do 1 damage, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to keep track right here.
So you keep track of the damage, and then we'll add it all up. So I'm going to attack you again for 2 damage from the Fracture Mage, unless you have something to stop it.
Cannot stop.
Okay. And then I'm going to hit you for another 2 from Heathen War. Ooh. So I think I have quite
caught up for sure.
Quite caught up. How much damage was that total?
5 total. That brings me from 36 to 31.
Yes. So at 31, I am actually now winning 33 to 31 life. I've turned it around. So now it is going to be Alex's turn for us going up to level 3. And at level 3, our stats go up. My attack goes from 2 to a 3. My magic goes from 4 to a 6. I still have no armor, though, because Heathen War never gets armor. Alex, what do you have happen to you at level 3?
I'll be going from a 1 to a 2 on attack. My mana goes up from 3 to 5, and I gain 1 armor.
Very nice.
Don't forget to go defensive.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Perfect. What I'm going to just do is I've decided to defend Heathen War with both characters.
All right.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome. So, beginning of the 3rd turn, I'm going to draw, bring out my Whiplash Skirmisher as a companion. He has...
Now, he was only a level 1, though, so you've actually got 2 more still you could spend, which is great.
Correct. 2 attack, 1 health, but it does have Retaliate, so whenever this companion is attacked, it also deals combat damage equal to its attack to the attacker.
That's a nice ability.
Spend 1 mana, 1 of my magic, to bring out my Mana Wellspring, which says the next spell or ability you use this turn costs 4 less.
Wow! Very nice. I'm guessing something big is about to get played.
Well...
Big-ish?
Big-ish. Use that card's ability to make that essentially free, because it only costs 2.
Okay, and what's it do?
That's a mana bonds, so a buffed companion can't attack unless the controller pays 2 magic.
So who are you putting that on?
I'm gonna put that on. Which one's the better for the attacking? The Fracture Mage is gonna be.
Okay, so we're gonna put this on Fracture Mage, and the Fracture Mage will no longer be able to declare attacks unless I pay 2 mana. And then this card gets discarded.
All right, so for my second companion with my level 3. I'm going to bring out a level 2 guy to add up to 3. It's my Flickr Walker. And he, when he comes into play, I can return a card I control to my hand, which I'm not going to do. But he does have 1 attack and 3 health. So, with these, I'm going to attack. Yes, I'm going to use my Whiplash Skirmisher with her 2 attack to go after this one.
The Adept Pyromancer.
Adept Pyromancer.
So he'll take 2 damage, bringing me down to only 1 life.
And then the Flickr Walker will use its 1 to finish the job.
All right, in which case he is dead. I'm going to remove those counters from him and throw him in the discard. He is gone.
All right, well, I'm going to use, then, because I have 2 attacks and they're separate, they can't get to Heathen more. So I'll attack the Fracture Mage with 2.
And then 2 again?
And then 2 again.
All right, so he will die.
Makes that card pointless, but it'll work out.
Alex means the card he just played on the Fracture Mage to make it so he couldn't attack. Because he changed his mind after playing it. These things happen.
Yeah. And then I will go in defense.
Excellent. So at the start of my turn, I'm going to now, because I might actually have to start keeping track of it, I'm going to refresh my mana up to its total 6. I'm going to be drawing a card. And now I'm going to need to see what I need to play here. I'm going to play the Bewitching Vampire, which has 4 attacks, 6 defense, and is a level 5 character. But again, as I get to count myself as being 2 levels higher than I am, and I'm currently level 3, I can play this, and this will be the only card I play that has level requirements. It also has an ability that whenever the Bewitching Vampire kills a companion, it returns to play under my control. The old vampire's kiss, if you will. Now, the Bewitching Vampire just came into play. I'm going to spend all 6 of my mana, and I'm going to play a rather powerful spell, a buff on Bewitching Vampire that gives Bewitching Vampire +5 attack and +5 health. This is a big one.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's become very vicious. But now you might think I might go ahead and attack Alex's hero, but actually, I really want to steal some of his characters over there. So I think instead what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take the Bewitching Vampire and I'm going to kill the Flickr Walker so that it dies and comes back into play on my side, unless you have a card to play to stop me.
I do not.
Okay. In which case, I will steal the Flickr Walker with the Bewitching Vampire. And then I am finished with my turn. Now, at the beginning of Alex's turn, being the first player, we go up to level 4. Now, at level 4, we're going to get to pick a ability. Now, you go to your ability cards and you go to the level 4 one, and it's 2-sided with 2 different abilities on it. And you're going to get to pick one you want. So for mine, my choices are, I have an ability that for 3 mana, I can search the companion side deck here. I can search the side deck for a beast companion and put it directly into play on my turn. I can do this once per turn. And on the other side, I have one that all companions I have get +2 attack and +2 life. Now, this is a tough decision because I do have a companion in play that'll let me get lots more companions. But if Alex gets a good spell to kill him, I would lose all that, and it would have been for naught. So instead, I'm going to take the ability that lets me pay 3 mana to gain one of those beast companions from the side deck. Alex, which one are you doing?
Of my 2, my first hero ability is Quick Strike, which allows me to retaliate any attack on my hero with my hero's attack.
That's awesome.
The second side is Lifesteal, which whenever Nasha deals damage, combat damage, she gets +2 health. Now, +2 health every time you damage someone is pretty awesome, except we have a quest out here.
That if you gain health...
If I were to gain +2 health, then his hero would gain 10.
So you don't want that.
It would be a one-time deal, but that would be really upset the balance of the game.
So I'm guessing you're going with Quick Strike.
So I would like to do Lifesteal, but this quest really changes but I said earlier when it came out, it changes the dynamics of the game considerably. Basically, it was not forcing me, but heavily incentivizing me to pick retaliate or quick strike as a retaliate ability.
I forgot to do my defense, by the way. I was going to put both my guys defending Heathen more. That's why I took the guy with the less attack. I wanted the more life to defend with.
Life, yes. Yeah. So, and I'm also going to reset my mana.
And your armor.
And armor never got hit.
Oh, okay. So that's right, because I only attacked your companion.
Yes. And now I'm going to draw a card.
I totally forgot, too. I didn't do it, but I'm going to skip it now. I forgot to attack with Heathen more. I could have taken out the other character.
Oh, yes.
But that's okay. I'll wait till I can Vampire Kiss him.
Of course. Sparring short sword equipment.
Ooh, and now you can hold as much equipment as you like. This one is a level requirement of 1.
And it has, it gives 1+ damage to a target, to anyone. I can unequip it by paying 1 mana. And that allows me to deal physical damage to a target hero or companion.
So now, unequipped means he would remove it and reshuffle it back into the deck.
Correct.
But since his character can already attack twice, that +1 damage is Very 2 extra damage total through the turn. That's actually really good.
Yes. Attack your vampire.
Uh-oh.
With my skirmisher. So that's 2 damage.
That will be 2 damage. Luckily, I gave him that huge boost in health.
Right. What are you at now for health?
Well, you just did 2, so yeah. Hold on. 6.
What's your total?
Well, I was at 11. I'm now down to 9.
Oh, you were at 11 and down to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, you were at 10.
No, he starts with 6 health, and I gave him a +5.
Right. Let's see.
I want that vampire to live as long as possible, being that's such an awesome ability.
All right, 2 more attacks on your vampire from Nasha.
How much damage did that do each?
6 total because of my +1.
6 total damage?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
Wow. Which brings me all the way down to only 3 life on the vampire, even with his super buff. That was a lot of damage. And then defend. Yeah, wow. You definitely want to kill that vampire. You're going to have him next turn. There's no doubt. So it is my turn, and I'm going to gain back all my magic, which is currently 6 magic. I'm going to grab some 2s, 3 2s, and get my 6. I'm going to draw a card, and then... Okay, so then as my... I'm going to use my ability for the first time. I'm going to summon one of those beast companions from the side deck. So I'm going to spend 3 of my 6 mana to search the side deck for one of those beast companions and bring it directly into play. And I have chosen to take this woodland beast here. This woodland beast has 6 attack and 4 health, so it's quite powerful. And I don't have to worry about the level requirements for him because I used a magic effect to bring him out. Now, I unfortunately am not able to play anything else for my hand. That's really going to be it for me playing. But now I'm going to get to have some fun.
Here comes the attacking.
Yeah, here comes the attacking. So now the big question I'm having is, do I kill that 2/1 to get him, or do I wait to do my super amount of damage to you? I think I'm going to do the damage to you because I think that's going to be better for me. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Heathen more to take out your 2/1 creature that is defending.
So he's gone?
He's gone, because I'll do 3 damage to him.
Yep.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you for 9 damage from the Bewitching Vampire.
Retaliate's going to kill the Bewitching Vampire.
That is fine.
So 9 damage?
9 damage.
I'm glad I got her out of there. Yeah. We're really hoping to get her out before that your attack round came up, but... I just couldn't manage it.
There's your 9 damage. Now, well, how much armor did you have? Oh, let's remove one of those because you did have 1 point of armor.
That was a physical attack.
Yes. So that was a physical attack. Now she gets to do that every time she gets attacked, huh? She gets to do the damage back.
Correct.
How much damage does she do?
Because she's equipped with the short sword and her 2 attack, it's 3 per.
So this is kind of rough. I'm going to hit her with the Woodland Beast for another 6 damage, but that's going to bring him all the way down to only 1 life. And I'm not going to use the Flickr Walker because of how devastating that just was to attack. It would kill the Flickr Walker in 1 hit.
3. I think we're running out of chits here.
Well, we're about to just reduce you.
Yeah.
Is that a full number of...
That plus 2 more.
Plus 2 more? We'll just give you a 2 shield there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set both of them to defend against Heathen more. Now, how much damage did I do to you total there?
That would be 12, 14.
So you were at 31. Now 31 minus 14, 17.
Yeah. Jeez.
So I brought you all the way down to 17. So there you have it. This is how you play a game of Hero Tales of the Tomes. You go back and forth. Your characters slowly get more powerful and get cooler abilities, which let them bring out bigger and better monsters and spells and heroes to help fight. Not heroes, companions, excuse me, because the heroes are actually just your main characters. And you play until your opponent or opponents all run out of life. So now we're going to head back over. We're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Hero Tales of the Tomes.
Yes.
So, all right, again, I talked a little bit about this in the intro, but I want to start off with how gorgeous this game looks. I can't believe that one person, I mean, I do believe it, but it's hard to believe that one person actually did all the artwork for this because there's so much artwork.
Yes. We reading the front of the box, it says presented by Jimmy Elworth, and we were like, well, what does that exactly mean? It means he did all of it.
He did everything.
He designed it, he did the artwork, he's producing it. So
he wore a lot of hats.
Yeah, again, well done on a really well produced game.
I'd like to take a moment and give a message to Jimmy. You did a good job. This is really good.
Right, well done.
Yeah, so first off, this is just absolutely gorgeous. His artwork is fantastic. It's characterful. It really gets you into the game.
Right.
And then the game itself is a really fun game. It reminds me a lot of Magic the Gathering, but the choosing of an asymmetrical character who can attack and defend and have magical abilities they can cast themselves makes it so different.
So I never played Magic the Gathering. That was
when you missed back in the day.
That was one I missed back in the day. But I can see the attraction of it for sure because this gameplay is really fun. I really can't compare, but the ability to choose your character and then build off of that, I think that's a pretty cool part of this game. It's not just a card game; it's actually there's strategy behind it because of that. And the gameplay is well thought out. It's really makes sense the way everything builds on itself. And you saw how as you're going the the upping of the levels just it accelerates the game in a really interesting way and makes it more fun to play the farther you get because all of a sudden you're stacking all of these different abilities.
And unlike a game like Magic the Gathering, with this one, because you're sharing one deck of cards, you both have access to all the same stuff. You could either one of you draw uber powerful cards and lay waste to your opponent while you're both laughing with it and having a good time, and then you just play again because you could totally play this game back. We've played it back to back.
Sure, I mean that goes back to that 30-minute sort of time frame, especially with two players. Yeah. And then you just either pick a new character or
I love picking different characters.
You can even house rule it where the guy, the winner has to keep that character, and the other, the loser can play
someone else.
Gang up on the winner's characters.
The only character I've been twice so far is the one that I did actually showed in the tutorial. Because he's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love
it did not take him long to find out that was his favorite character.
He's totally my playstyle. Playstyle. And I love how, as you level up and how every even level you get a new ability, you eventually will find yourself looking at the abilities and like, ooh, this one really changed with the one I already took. And it's funny how sometimes certain effects, like that quest that came up, will make you go, I would have liked this one, like you said.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But I can't take it because it would give my opponent stuff because of the quest that's out, and it'll change your decision about what path you're going to take your character on.
Yeah.
Which means I love it. It feels like there's some role-playing game elements in there because that leveling up of the characters is brilliant. I think the thing that makes this stand out the most from other dueling card games is the ability to level up your character and having two choices about what ability to take. After the first time you level them up, the second, third, and fourth times, each one you have two choices of two different abilities to choose from, which means each character has many different combinations of abilities that they could form in, so you could play the same character multiple times and be totally different with them.
Right, and like I said, I wasn't into the collectible card games back in the day. But the role playing aspect of this, that building your character up, you're only building your character up for 45 minutes. It's not a 6-month campaign.
No.
But it's got that kind of that component makes it really satisfying for me. So
it's a bit addicting.
Well, yeah. So the head-to-head card combat thing is not really something I was that familiar with, but that role playing character.
Yes, because you love role playing.
That part really appealed to me. So yeah, it's I suppose it's a good combination of them because it makes me appreciate the head-to-head card playing aspect of it. But yeah, I really like that character leveling up.
Progression, the character progression.
Yeah, the progression. That's a good way to describe it. So that part was really...
It's brilliant.
It's really what gets me to enjoy playing this game.
I mean, I have seen other heads-up dueling card games where you have asymmetrical player powers, you pick a different character, but I don't think I've ever played one with this much character customization during the game. It's so unique. It's absolutely that is the element in this game that makes it so different from all the other dueling card games we have.
Right.
That we play, because we do play quite a few others. Even though you never did Magic back in the day, we have a lot more modern ones like Fight for Olympus or Phase or that you and I have played a lot of. This stands out from those because of those role playing elements.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is brilliant. I think is really, really cool. Wow. Anything else we got to talk about? We didn't have any negatives. I don't think I have any negatives.
The video.
Oh, the video. This might be a little nitpicky. The video's a little nitpicky.
It's not part of the game. No. It has nothing to do with the game. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly the video did to confuse the both of us, but it did.
It did.
And
it was a problem.
Yeah. Do your homework. Read the rule book. Don't
watch that video. Don't watch it. Yeah. So okay. That being said, this game is really fun. It's really enjoyable. The artwork is beautiful. The production is very characterful and lovely. We're actually been quite positive on this. I'm sure you can tell.
Sure.
I don't. The only negative I could have is that sometimes you get like a really powerful card that really turns the tide in your favor, but then at the same time, you both have access to the same cards,
right?
Because you both are drawing from the same deck, so your opponent could have drawn it if it just shuffled differently. And also, a lot of that is deciding on, am I going to hold this really powerful card I got in my hand in the beginning, or am I going to get rid of it to try to get some better low-level cards to defend myself early? And that decision is up to you, because they do have that optional mulligan.
True. The mulligan is important.
It is very important.
That's a good part of this design of this game.
So, I guess what I'm saying is, my only negatives seem to be counterbalanced by other positives.
Yeah, I mean, the only negative is that this isn't my favorite kind of game. I mean, that's really all it is. I mean, there's nothing. If you like this kind of game, you're gonna love this game.
But you do.
But I really like this game, and it's not my kind of game.
Card dueling games may not be your number one, but it's probably it's got to be in your top 5 types of games. I mean, because you do seem to like a lot of like your number one is probably we're getting a bit off topic here, but I would say it's like abstract strategies followed by war games followed by, but like it's what it'd be your 3 or 4 or 5 like it's gotta be it's gotta be
that's what I'm saying. It's just not number one, so it's not going to be my favorite game of all time. But if you love head-to-head card games,
this is a really good one.
You can't miss with this for sure.
All right, so do you want to rate it first or shall I?
I'll go first.
Okay,
I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
7.5?
7.5. It's, like I said, it's not my favorite kind of game, but it is one of the best of these kinds of games that I've ever played.
Okay.
The artwork's impressive, and a 0.5 point just for... I'm going to give it an 8, Jimmy, just because you did such a good job on it.
All right, so not a 7.5.
This is an 8. I'm giving you an extra 0.5 point for just how impressive the production value is in this for a game that one man designed all by himself. It's an 8 now. You're right. Yeah, an 8.
I'm right. I didn't say anything yet.
Yeah. You gave me.
You are right.
Up. Yeah.
Well, I'm giving you a thumbs up because I was already thinking 8.
Okay. All right.
I'm also going to give this an 8. And for me, it's okay. The production is fantastic. The artwork is beautiful, and that definitely is part of my decision to give this an 8. The packaging is lovely and thematic. I love the fact that he made it look like a tome, which goes with the title of the game, which is really cool. But the thing that really, really did it for me is the role-playing elements he fit in here. Right. The leveling up of your character, the choosing of abilities, the slowly gaining more attack, more magic, more armor, depending on what character you're playing. Yeah. Some are much better at some things than others.
Right.
And getting to choose which of those 2 abilities at levels 4, 6, and 8.
Yeah.
is fantastic. And that's what's made me go 8 on this, because I love that. I want to see more battle type games where your main character goes up levels during the game. I mean, this is like a card battle game, except that your main character is like a role-playing character and he goes up levels. And I've said that a bunch because that's what I really love about this one.
It's very cool. Yeah.
So this is a 2 thumbs way up from us, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just really impressed. So
yeah, there you go. So that's
game.
8 stars from Alex, 8 stars from me, 16 total stars from us here at the Board Game Captain. We both really enjoyed playing this game. We've played it a bunch. I think at this point, I've only not tried one of the characters, which I'm going to try at some point. And yeah, I'm going to play this one a bunch more. So if you guys want to check this out, I'll put a link to the website in the description down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, either on this game or this video, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this review and tutorial for Hero Tales of the Tomes, be sure to give it a like. Share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelt with a K on YouTube, and hit that little bell icon on my channel so you get alerts every time I upload a new video. And until next time, game on.